Hello viewers, this is Michael from Screen Reviews, bringing you a new podcast from my seven called the Super Sentai Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I try to do my best not to breach your heart during this art podcast recording as well, that the course they art feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this art podcast recording will contain children don't limit. But again, if you're under 18, this art podcast recording will contain children don't limit because you're under 18. Now, Now, if you're over 18, then you going to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with this and everything else at the way, let's get to the latest episode of Gozyuger. So basically, this episode picked up where we left off. So basically, during the mecha fight, Ribbon got blown up. Couldn't escape from the mecha that he was using against to fight against Riku, the Blue Ranger, and Riku was using the Tega Sword Blue Mecha to fight against Ribbon, and Ribbon couldn't teleport out of her mecha, out of her mecha before it exploded, and therefore Ribbon was dead, and basically before Ribbon, before Ribbon died, we see Bouquet tried to save her using her powers, but it was not enough. So basically, Ribbon's last burst of energy, she gave him this. She made what our last bit of energy and Ribbon to give to Bouquet, and therefore, Ribbon disintegrated and whatnot. And basically now she knows that Riku. So basically, the ongoing joke of this series is that every time that it seems like every time that that Riku and Bouquet meet each other, they don't realize that they don't realize who they really are. So basically, Ribbon does not know that Riku is the Blue Ranger, and Riku does not know doesn't know that for some reason doesn't know that doesn't know that Bouquet is one of the bad guys. So anyway, now that it's over with, with the grief of her losing her sister, she swore revenge on Riku and whatnot, and basically, like, you killed my sister, I want my sister back, and basically, Riku put two together, like, oh, damn, and so Ribbon was her sister. So anyway, Faiken had his mecha and therefore scooped up Bouquet, and they retreated back to the vital headquarters in the No.1 world and whatnot. So anyway, things are not looking good right now. So basically, when they got back to the No.1 world at the Biden headquarters, they told Mr. Shyness and Miss Squeak Cake about Ribbon, what the Blue Ranger did to Ribbon and whatnot, and basically they were not happy with this, and basically Korn was still around. So basically, Korn said that was speaking to himself, even though he doesn't like even though he doesn't like Ribbon, but he figured this will be a perfect opportunity to pour some more gasoline on the fire for his set. So basically, well, what's he gonna do about it? And basically, that's when Bouquet destroyed her Riku shrine and whatnot. And basically, I let human emotions get the best of me. So basically, my sister is dead. I swear revenge on the Blue Ranger. And basically, the doors open up. We see Tegazu's head, and basically before she started to speak, and basically and that's when Korn starts to starts wishing to herself that, I need to get my hands on that ring, therefore I can make a profit off it. So basically, turns out he's looking for he wants a specific ring, I believe, he can make a profit off, but I don't have much time left. So basically, I could assume that X on his back is starting to deteriorate his body even more. So basically, whatever ring he's talking about, he wants to make a profit off, he's probably scheming against Tega June and whatnot to get whatever ring he's talking about. Anyway, Jim was aware of the situation, but she was like, well, I hope that you use that anger towards the task I'm about to assign you. So there's a specific #1 monster that is about to show up. It's about to appear in the human world too. This monster is special. This #1 monster is special. It's the first original. It's the first original #1 monster. So basically, so basically, so the bridal gang was was very interested to hear what Tega June was about to say about this monster. Meanwhile, Riku, was at the cafe, talking to Tega Sword, on his Tega Sword slide and whatnot, and basically asking that you're okay, you suffered some damage during the battle, and basically, the Tega Sword spotted Riku. He said, "I'm okay, whatnot. I'll be fine. I'll be coming just fine. But I'm worried about Riku." So basically, Riku came, and basically Riku was was talking to Ryoga, and basically I know that the Bridal are bad guys and all, but what we see in them, what we see in them when they're not costing pain towards others and whatnot, they're all right. But after I'm supposed to be a pop star idol. Nobody's supposed to hate me and whatnot. But I don't know what to do after what happened. After the fight, after what happened during that mecha fight. And seeing how sad that bouquet was, it really tore me up inside. And basically, Riku was trying to cheer him up, and basically, they have a flashback when Riku met Ryoga. Ryoga was fighting against a Sentai warrior who had the Oe ring, and basically Riku showed up and basically helped Ryoga win that ring, and basically Ryoga said that I'm not here to keep costing any pounds. You can keep that ring. That ring was yours. You earned it. So basically, blah blah blah, and basically basically we should work together. And Riku was like, yeah, Ryoga was like, nah, and basically ever since then, it's just then they're kind of been close friends ever since then, and whatnot. And so those are the good old days. Anyway, meanwhile, we see kids in Hal along with the landlady's son, with some Christmas stuff and basically like some Christmas bags and whatnot. And basically, they were walking across this bridge, and basically that's when Hal smelled a #1 monster near the bank of the bridge, and basically we see Mashiro and Satsumi, stare at this #1 monster. So Sumi is poking this monster with a stick, and the monster is just sitting there, sitting by the water bank under next to the bridge, not doing nothing, and letting some Sumi just poke him, poke away with the stick at the monster. So anyway, and Mashir was just there, and basically the Ranger was like, oh, it's just another one monster, like, what you guys doing? Why you guys are attacking this monster? So basically, we have we can't attack this monster unless it attacks us, the monster ain't doing anything, it just sits there. I think this #1 monster is a doll. And basically, the landlady's son, who's with them, the monster started to use his powers to create a toy car, and basically the son of the landlady was like, oh, cool. And so basically this monster has the power to create things, and that's when a golden hair eerie foot soldier shows up named, I've got his fucking name. Usually most of the golden hair Aries that are partnered with Pacific #1 monsters usually has names. So basically, I think his name was Going, I believe. So the Going here area was like, oh, there you are. Oh, you shouldn't like wander off without me. And basically, and he said that this #1 monster is the creation monster. So basically, he can create anything that he wants to. So basically, that's what I'm going to say. Well, fine then. We challenge the creation monster and whatnot. So anyway, the first round was about handwritten crafts and whatnot. So basically, how showed off so basically the monster made a box. The crazy monster made a box of tissue, but how showed off a handmade bag that he made himself with a picture of a little wolf, and basically he won the first round. The second round was making a sandcastle. So basically, Machida made a sandcastle at the top of the hall, but the crazy monster made a big castle that kind of looks like the Disney castle that you see in every Disney movie, in every opening. If you watch every Disney movie, there's an opening, you see the Disney castle. Well, it was kind of looked like the Disney castle for every, that you see for every Disney movie and whatnot, and TV show and whatnot, and basically he made a big ass Disney castle. The final round was kind of interrupted by the bridal showing up. With the bridal showing up, and basically Bouquet used the ribbon and used the ribbon that ribbon made for her, and she got some new guns and whatnot. Anyway. So basically, Riku and Ryoga heard the his explosion, and basically, they were on their way to help the other Rangers. So basically, then we get some more information that from Tega Sword that turns out this is not this original #1 monster is actually holds her creator inside it. So basically, turns out this original #1 monster actually has the creator who made Tega Sword inside her. But turns out that she's dead. So basically, turns out that Tega Sword said that this creation monster would. has the person who only has the person who created me inside it. But it's been so long. It's been so long since she's been inside. Most likely she is dead. So basically, that the creator who made Tega June is inside the creator monster. But it's most likely she's dead. But and that's when the creator monster started to go nuts when the little girl started crying for her mommy and whatnot, and the creator monster just started to attack everybody, and basically the Rangers and the Bridal were basically trying to defend themselves against the creator monster trying to attack them and whatnot. So anyway, So basically, Riku and Ryoga showed up, and basically, once Riku and Ryoga showed up, women used her new guns that she got from the women that really made her, and basically started to attack Riku, but Riku was kind of hesitant to fight against against Bouquet or whatnot, but Ryoga talked some sense to him, and basically he asked the Tega Sword to lend your power, and basically he summoned the real Tega Sword and transformed into Tega Sword Tyranno, and used the power to take down the creation monster, and basically asked for the Belfry that was partnered with the creation monster, summoned a mecha, and basically, Machino showed up, and basically Machino summoned Goodbird, and basically battled against the Belfry in its mecha, and basically Goodbird and Machino, along with the help of Kuma Bear, used the power of the Go-Kaiser ring to take down the Belfry that was partnered with the creation monster, and basically destroyed it, and along with the Belfry monster. Anyway, once that was done, Riku did destroy the creation monster. Seems like Riku destroyed the creation monster, but out of nowhere, the creation monster somehow pulled himself together and recreated his body and whatnot, and therefore the Rangers oh damn, this creation monster was basically used the power to recreate his body and whatnot, and fix himself back up again, and basically that's when Tega June said that that here turns out that Tega June says that the reason the reason why she was created, the reason why her creator made Tega June in the first place, because she lost her child, so therefore she wanted Tega June to bring back her child, but etc. etc. So basically, and that's when Tega June absorbed the creation monster inside her cockpit, and therefore fused inside her cockpit, and therefore Tega June was all powerful, and now she's fully powered and whatnot, and basically now has the power of the creation monster. She kidnapped Goodbird and kicked out Machina out of Goodbird's cockpit, and basically kidnapped Goodbird and took her back to the brighter world, and basically the episode ended with the Rangers defeated, and the Bridal with a fully powerful, now that the Tega June is fully powerful now, and she now kidnapped Goodbird. She can use Goodbird to with her at full power now. She can use Goodbird to destroy the world and make a new world and whatnot, and etc. etc. And this how This is how the episode ended with the Rangers like, oh God, well, looking at that they lost this battle and things are about to get even worse going on. So anyway. Oh God, this episode was crazy. So basically, we got some more details about who created Tega and whatnot, and etc. etc. So basically, this was a good episode. So anyway, I can't wait to see the next week's episode. Anyway, what do you guys think of the latest episode of Gozyuger? Good, bad, or just okay? Please let me know with comments below this podcast. So anyway, starting off with some school reviews. 1.